Hello everyone! In this video we will show the features and the configurations of an Odoo module periodic reporting and reminders, which was created by faOtools. Periodic reporting and reminders is a tool to configure automatic reports for any Odoo document type in the form of lists, where each record will satisfy the criteria you have chosen, will suit predefined timeframes, and will contain only the data you would like to share. Configure the tool to send periodic reports and reminders for any Odoo documents, including custom ones. Some typical use cases you will find in the documentation for the module. The link is in the description. Choose data columns to include. Attach the report as an electronic table and as PDF file, and as a table right in the email body. Include in the report only those objects which suit your period requirements. It is possible to filter by any date and date-time fields of a target Odoo model. Apply any kind of filters by stored fields to include only documents which are of interest. Filter by a chosen partner or responsible user. Sort table lines by any searchable model field. Send lists with any periodicity. Every day, each last Friday of a month, on a definite date of the year, and so on. Make reports reflect company calendars. Any partner might be one of the reminder recipients, internal or portal users, customers, suppliers. The app assumes generating a table of records related to a certain model and filtered according to your rules, including dates. It is up to you what records to include in the report, with what periodicity to send it, and whom to send. This way you can configure various list reminders that then would be sent regularly to different partners, internal or portal users, customers, suppliers. To create a list reminder, go to List Reminders, click New, introduce the reminder's title, choose the related model. As we choose a certain model, all its records are considered to be presented in the list reminder. There are several formats in which the report can be sent. It is possible to add the report in the body of the email or attach it as an XLSX PDF file to the email. To attach the report to the body of the email, tick the option List in Mail Body while creating or editing a list reminder. To attach the report as an XLSX file, tick the option Attach Excel table while creating or editing a list reminder. To attach the report as a PDF file, tick the option Attach PDF version while creating or editing list reminder. The table is added in the landscape view. It is also possible to choose several or all options at once. Keep in mind that if you don't choose at least one of the formats, the related email will contain only greetings, if any. Tick the option Provide links to have the reference for the source Odoo record. We will talk about it later. Choose the language in which the report will be generated. This way, where possible, the translation will be applied. Keep in mind that the language should be installed in the instance. Choose the responsible person and the partner to easily distinguish different list reminders. We will talk about it later. In the field Email From, choose the author of the email. Otherwise, the user, usually the Odoo bot who sends the reminder, would be its author. Please take into account that the setting doesn't influence the reply to address. Here, the app will use the standard Odoo catch whole address as it is done for any other threads. In the tab Periods, choose the dates so only related to these period records would be added to the reminder. Filtering by relative periods allow limiting the records by dates. For example, instead of adding sale orders for the whole time, you can configure the report to show only the sale orders for the last month. This way you will not have to look through the whole list of sale orders to find the ones you need. It is possible to restrict report timeframes by any kept date or datetime fields of a target document type. As intervals, select days, weeks, months, or years. Intervals may contain both previous timeframes, the last, and forthcoming periods, the next. Periods are relative, so they are compared to today. Exclude or include a current period by ticking the box including current to consider the records of the current interval type for the record. Optionally, you can add another filter by relative period. If you added a few lines that relate to different fields, then the period restrictions are accumulated. It means that all period conditions should be satisfied. For example, if the delivery date should be within the last 2 months and the creation date should be within the last year. However, if you add the same date twice, then the condition should satisfy any of those criteria. For example, if the delivery date should be within the last 2 months or the next month, and the creation date should be within the last year. Keep in mind that the periods are calculated relative to today. So, to find out the exact period of time for which the records will be included in the list reminder, it is also important to take into consideration the moment when this reminder is set. If a related date is not set for a document, such document is considered as always outside of periods. To delete a filter by relative period that you no longer need, tick the bin on the right side of the line with the period. In the tab Periods, you will find the dynamic field. If the reminder is sent today, the periods would be. It shows the resulting period according to your period filters in real time. This way you can make sure that you have set the correct period of time for the reminder. Another way to filter records is by stored fields. With their help, you can use any document storable field to distinguish the records that should be added. Filters by stored fields are added in the tab Filters as you create or edit a list reminder. Filters are organized as a domain constructor. You may use the most of storable fields with any level of precision. For example, you can filter projects by a related partner country or even by a state of a company of a related partner. Let's add a complex rule for the model sale orders to show only sent quotations of our sales team Europe. For that, we need to add two domains, status equals send quotation and sales team ID equals 1. It is possible to check yourself by pressing the button Records. In the pop-up window, you will see the list of records that satisfy your criteria and you have an access to. If you feel confident to prepare reverse Polish notation domains, turn on the developer mode and apply more complex expressions. Please be careful while applying filters. Make sure you are not forwarding confidential data to wrong partners. Be especially cautious in case of reminders for external contacts. Make sure you filter documents by related customer vendor. The app lets quickly limit analysis for document owners. For that, special filters by a chosen partner or a responsible user were introduced. This way you can filter documents by the related customer, vendor, or responsible person. To show only the records related to a particular customer vendor in the report, choose a particular customer or vendor in the field Partner, and in the tab Filters, find the selection Filters by chosen responsible and/or partner, and choose the field from which the information will be analyzed. For example, let's show only the sale orders where the customer is Gemini Furniture. So for that, in the field Partner, we choose Gemini Furniture, and in the field Filter by Partner, we choose the field customer. To show only the records related to a particular responsible person, choose the responsible person in the field responsible user. In my case, it is going to be Jack Green. Then, in the tab Filters, find the section Filters by chosen responsible and/or partner. And in the filter by responsible, choose the field from which the information will be analyzed. In my case, it is salesperson. Now it is the high time to configure the report's appearance. In the tab Reminder view, you can add the introduction to the reminder. It will be added to the email body. Such an introduction is edited in the standard Odoo HTML editor. Optionally, choose the grouping field to group the table lines. For example, send a list of sale orders divided by a city, salesperson, or a customer. The grouping criteria will be shown as a title line above the related table lines. This way, it will be very easy to see the table lines related to a particular grouping option. Optionally, set the sorting field in the field sorting field, which will be considered to decide the record's placements in the table, and choose the ascending or descending direction in the field sort direction. This way you can get the most convenient order of the records. Choose the columns that will be presented in the report one by one by clicking on the button Add a line and specifying their labels. It is possible to choose an unlimited number of columns. Please keep in mind that with a large number of columns, it is better to send the list reminder as an Excel file, while the table may not fit into the letter or printed form. As a column, it is possible to choose any field of the following types: char, text, HTML, integer, float, selection, boolean, date, date time, and relations to other documents, many-to-one, one-to-many, and many-to-many fields. The list of fields may be different according to the chosen model in the reminder. For example, if you create a list reminder for the model sale order, you can choose the fields creation date, reference, total, salesperson. For the relational fields, you might also choose the second level precision. For example, you might show an email of the salesperson. For that, in the column complementary, choose the field that should be added to the table. For integer, float, and monetary fields, you can also choose what to show as a table total by applying aggregation operators for columns. The app lets calculate the sum or average per the record column. For that, in the field total operator, choose one of the options, sum or average. For example, if we add a field total for the sale orders list reminder and choose the option sum in the field total operator, then below the column we will see the sum of the total of the included to the reminder sale orders. Optionally, change the order of chosen columns by dragging and dropping the fields to make sure that the table looks exactly as you want. Some of the chosen fields may be empty or not particularly useful. In this case, it is possible to delete the fields that you no longer need. For that, in the table, click on the bin icon by default. Only chosen fields will be presented in the table. If you don't choose any field, then the table will be empty, or will contain only the list of links to the related records, if the option Provide Links is turned on. In the tab Recurrence, specify the frequency of sending the report. The module allows configuring the frequency of sending reports to fully reflect business calendars, by days, by weeks, by months, and by years. It is even possible to choose the particular day of the week to receive the report. The periodicity of reports is set per each list reminder. For that, in the tab Recurrence, in the line Repeat Every, choose the frequency of sending the report by choosing the number and the period type: days, weeks, months, year. Depending on the chosen type of period, the set of configurations may be different. If you choose the periodicity by days, then you need to specify the number of days in which the report will be sent. This way you can prepare a reminder to be sent every day, every 5 days, or every 181 days. If you choose the periodicity by weeks, then it is possible to choose a particular day or days of the week to send the report on. For that, just choose the days by checking the box by them. This way you can set statistics each Monday or once in 5 weeks on Thursday, and so on. If you choose the periodicity by month, then you can also choose the day of the month when the report will be sent. If you choose the periodicity by years, then you will also be able to select the exact date to send the report. For example, you can set the list reminder to be sent each year or each 5 year on the 1st of September. If you set yearly or monthly reminders, please make sure that the exact date exists. Otherwise, the last month's day will be applied. For example, if you set the reminder to be sent on the 30th of February, then as there is no 30th day, the report will be sent on the last day, so either on the 28th or 29th of February. And now our list reminder is ready. We can save it. As a result, you would have an email with the table of all found records and or an Excel PDF file attached to such email. The module provides a convenient menu, Lists Reminders, where you can create and manage related reminders. You can distinguish the created reminders by their reference and the related model. Navigate around Lists Reminders conveniently with the help of the search bar, filters and grouping options. You can search for reminders by their reference and related partner. Filter the records that are under your responsibility and group them by a model responsible or partner. Duplicate reminders to quickly create similar ones with just a few changes. For that, open any reminder, click on the Actions button, and then Duplicate. You can archive one or several reminders that you no longer need. For that, open any reminder, click on the Actions button, and then Archive. Or, in the Lists Reminders menu, select several ones by ticking the box by them, click on the Actions button, and then Archive. Automatic notification sending goes exactly according to the planned work, by default from Odoo bot. But you can change that in the field Scheduler user on the related Schedule job form. Optionally, in the field Email From, while creating or editing the reminder, you can set an email address which will be shown for reminder recipients. The app assumes sending auto emails based on the scheduled job, prepare and send reminders. It is possible to change the period of checks and the time when the list reminders are set, if any. For example, you can configure the checks to be done once a day at 12 o'clock. For that, in the General Settings, turn on the Developer mode. Go to Technical, Scheduled Actions. Find the scheduled job, prepare and send reminders. Start editing it, and in the field Execute Every, specify the frequency with which the scheduled job should be launched. For that, choose the number and type of the period. Optionally, set the next execution date and time in the field Next Execution Date. For testing purposes, it is also possible to generate and send the list reminder manually. For that, use the button Notify above the created record. Keep in mind that if you are a follower of the record and click on the button Notify, you will not receive the letter. You will receive it only when someone else pushes the button, or when the cron processes the scheduled action. You can flexibly set the recipients of the report. Any partner might be one of the reminder recipients, internal or portal users, customers, or suppliers. To add a follower to a reminder, open any reminder, click on the person icon below the reminder, and choose Add Followers. This way, the notification is received by all users specified as followers of the reminder. If you have ticked the option Provide links to have the reference for the source Odoo record while creating or editing a list reminder, the links to the related Odoo records will be included in each row of the table. However, the Odoo records will be accessible only to internal users. If you send the list reminder to your partners, links would not be of any use to them. So, if they try to follow the link, they will be redirected to the login page or to the user's portal if already logged in. Rights to administrate the list reminders belong to two user roles: Periodic Reporting Only On and Periodic Reporting Manager. If you want a user to be able to see and manage list reminders, he or she should belong to one of those groups. If an internal user doesn't have one of the list reminders roles assigned, the related menu will be hidden for such a user. The user with the role Periodic Reporting Only On will be able to see and manage list reminders where he or she is a responsible user. To set a responsible user of the list reminder, choose the user in the field Responsible, and choose the field that will be responsible for filtering in the tab Filters. The user with the role Periodic Reporting Manager will be able to see and manage all the list reminders, regardless of the responsible user, if any. To assign one of the list reminder roles to a user, go to General Settings, Manage Users, choose a particular user, scroll down to the section Productivity, and in the field Periodic Reporting, choose one of the roles. Keep in mind that to configure a list reminder by a particular document type, a user should have at least read access to such a model. In most cases, reminders should be prepared by the Odoo administrators, since it is the only user who has full rights for all models. Simultaneously, the tool lets you grant access to lists for any user. Make sure you trust a person before assigning one of the roles, as this user will be able to send any data by a document type to which he/she has read access. I hope this video will be useful for you. Feel free to contact us to try the module in the demo instance. See you in the next videos.